Have you ever wondered if the clothes you wear are silently influencing your health, relationships, and even your happiness? What if I told you that the items you're keeping in your wardrobe could be doing more harm than good? From the clothes that remind you of painful memories to those that just don't fit your current life, what you choose to hold on to could be holding you back. In today's video, we're going to uncover why it's crucial to clear out not just physical clutter but emotional clutter too, especially as we get older. We'll take a deep dive into the top 4 items you need to avoid keeping in your wardrobe after age 50. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which clothes to get rid of to improve not only your health but also your mental and emotional well-being. Plus, we'll discuss how keeping certain items, like broken mirrors and old low-quality clothes, can impact your financial fortune and relationships. Trust me, this isn't just about tidying up your closet. It's about creating the right environment for positive energy to flow in your life. But it doesn't stop there. You'll also discover how these wardrobe habits affect your confidence, how they can impact your long-term health, and why making the right wardrobe choices is an important act of self-care, especially as we age. So, if you're ready to clear out the clutter and take control of your life, stay with me till the end. You won't want to miss the powerful changes you can make today. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Don't keep clothes that are too dirty. Imagine waking up on a cool morning, eager to start your day, but as you open your wardrobe, instead of the excitement of choosing something fresh and comfortable to wear, you're met with the overwhelming sight of yellow-stained shirts and pants that have seen better days. At first glance, they may appear innocent, just a few old items tucked away in the corner. But the truth is, those seemingly harmless clothes are silently sabotaging your health, and it's a truth many of us are reluctant to face. These clothes, stained and worn beyond repair, are breeding grounds for bacteria, fungi, and allergens. It's as if every time you reach for them, you're unknowingly inviting potential harm into your life. Think about it. Long-term stains and built-up dirt are not just unsightly, they are dangerous. Over time, they trap harmful particles that thrive on your clothing, quietly deteriorating your health without you even realizing it. Every time you slip into these old clothes, your skin's delicate protective layer comes into direct contact with these harmful agents. The result? Itching, irritation, or even worse, serious skin conditions like eczema, fungal infections, or rashes that can cause you ongoing distress. Your body is your most precious asset, yet we often overlook the importance of taking care of it in the most basic ways. Why subject it to this kind of harm? But it doesn't end there. Some of the bacteria that accumulate in your worn-out clothes can spread into the air, seeping into your lungs and respiratory system. It's a slow, almost invisible threat, but it's real. These harmful particles can cause infections that put your overall health at risk, all because you couldn't bring yourself to let go of a few items that no longer serve any purpose in your life. I know it's hard. So many of us hold on to clothes tied to memories, moments we don't want to let go of. But ask yourself, are these memories truly worth putting your health and well-being on the line? Clinging to these old, ragged clothes only contributes to the clutter in your life and adds unnecessary stress to your environment. A wardrobe filled with items that are dirty, damaged, or beyond repair not only creates chaos in your space but also exposes you to the risk of illness. You deserve so much more than this. You deserve to surround yourself with things that bring you comfort, joy, and health, not things that hold you back. It's time to make a choice. Let go of the clothes that are no longer clean, beautiful, or safe. It's not just about clearing out clutter. It's about making space for better, healthier habits. Instead of holding on to the past, why not invest in high-quality pieces that reflect the true essence of who you are today? A fresh, tidy wardrobe isn't just about style. It's about taking care of yourself, both physically and mentally. When you step into a space that feels organized and clean, your confidence grows, and so does your well-being. You deserve a wardrobe that mirrors the energy, vitality, and quality of life you are capable of achieving. Don't let your clothes be a source of stress or harm. Let them be a reflection of the fresh start you are ready to embrace. 2. Don't keep low-quality clothes after 50. As we reach the age of 50, we find ourselves in a unique and powerful place in life. The years have brought wisdom, growth, and a deeper understanding of who we truly are. At this stage, it's not just the big moments that matter. It's the little things that can truly reflect our value. And one of the most profound ways to honor yourself is through the way you dress. Clothing isn't just a necessity. It's a reflection of how we treat ourselves and, ultimately, how we present ourselves to the world. Why, then, would we hold on to low-quality clothes that make us feel anything less than our best? Clothes that are poorly made, that itch or restrict movement, or that fade and lose shape after just a few wears, can slowly eat away at your confidence. Imagine putting on a shirt with seams that rub you the wrong way, or pants that just don't sit right. It's not just uncomfortable physically, it begins to affect your sense of self-worth. You deserve more than to be defined by clothes that don't reflect your inner strength and dignity. The truth is, those cheap, poorly stitched garments not only fail to flatter your body, they also silently send a message to the world. They speak louder than we think, and not in the way we want. People may not always see the depth of who you are beneath the surface, and while it's unfortunate, society often judges us by how we look. The adage, "People judge the horse by its saddle," is a harsh but accurate reminder. If your clothes look outdated, faded, or low quality, others might underestimate your true value, even if you are an extraordinary person with deep wisdom, experience, and capabilities. I know it can feel frustrating, but it's not about vanity, it's about respect. Respect for yourself, for your time, for your body. Low-quality clothing doesn't just cheapen your appearance, it undermines the way you feel about yourself. As we age, our sense of self-worth needs to be protected and nurtured. The right clothes should empower us and make us feel confident, comfortable, and proud. At 50, you've earned the right to feel dignified in your own skin. You deserve to wear clothes that complement the beauty and wisdom you've accumulated over the years. Rather than clinging to items that drain your energy and confidence, it's time to make room for those pieces that elevate you. Invest in a wardrobe that makes you feel like the person you truly are, a person who values themselves, who recognizes their worth, and who isn't afraid to show it. This isn't about throwing away everything you own or chasing fleeting trends. It's about making thoughtful choices that serve you. High-quality fabrics, timeless designs, and well-crafted pieces can become the backbone of a wardrobe that reflects your maturity, sophistication, and self-assurance. Every item you choose should lift you, not hold you back. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. The clothing you wear is your outward expression to the world. It speaks to your values, your sense of self, and how you carry yourself. Why let low-quality pieces take that away from you? At 50, you deserve to feel and look your best. Comfortable in your clothes, confident in your skin, and proud of the way you present yourself to the world. Say goodbye to what doesn't serve you, and invest in pieces that make you shine. Your self-worth deserves nothing less. 3. Don't keep clothes from your childhood. Have you ever stopped to think about the things from your childhood that you still hold on to? Perhaps a tiny shirt that saw you through some of your earliest memories, or a cherished outfit worn for a special family event. It's not unusual to hold on to these items, cradle them in your hands, and feel a rush of nostalgia. After all, clothes are more than just fabric. They're vessels for the precious moments that shaped you, the laughter, the milestones, the people who were once part of your story. But let me ask you, do these objects, these relics of a time long gone, still hold the same value today? Are they truly necessary to your well-being, or are they simply remnants of the past that no longer serve you? I'll be honest, I understand the pull. There's an undeniable comfort in holding on to things that tie us to our past, but we need to face the reality that sometimes these items can become invisible burdens, weighing us down more than we realize. You see, the beautiful memories we have don't need to be physically encased in objects. The love, the laughter, the nostalgia. It's all still with us, in our hearts, in our minds, in the very essence of who we've become. But those childhood clothes, they're not the same as the memories they represent. They become outdated and forgotten, and soon, they're just taking up precious space. Think about it for a moment. As we grow and evolve, our needs and our desires change. Those clothes you've kept in the back of your closet for years may have been a comfort once, but today, they no longer serve you. They may be cluttering your life, making it harder to organize your space, harder to breathe, and harder to create room for the present. When you look around your home, does it feel like you're surrounded by things that reflect the person you are now, or are you still holding on to a version of yourself that no longer fits? Letting go of these old clothes doesn't mean letting go of your past. It means making space for you that you are today, for the future that lies ahead. What if, instead of keeping everything, you chose to preserve only the most meaningful keepsakes? Perhaps one or two items that truly capture the essence of your childhood. Those are the ones that will carry the weight of your memories, not a pile of worn-out shirts you'll never wear again. By preserving a select few items with care, you allow them to continue to hold their sentimental value, instead of letting them become just more forgotten clutter in your life. There's something incredibly powerful in the act of releasing what no longer serves you. You make room for the new, for the experiences, the opportunities, and yes, the clothes that make you feel fresh, vibrant, and confident. It's a way of honoring who you've become and the future you're stepping into. So, let go of the clothes that no longer reflect the person you are today. Choose to embrace the present, to surround yourself with things that make you feel alive, that inspire you to live fully in the moment. Your wardrobe should be a reflection of the wonderful, dynamic person you are now, not a shadow of who you once were. Trust that letting go will make room for the better things waiting just around the corner. Life, like your wardrobe, deserves to be filled with things that bring joy, purpose, and positivity into your world. 4. Don't keep clothes that bring back painful memories. Life is a journey of twists and turns, of sunlit paths and difficult climbs. As we walk this winding road, we encounter people and experiences that leave their imprints on us. Some of these moments are bright and joyful, the kind we hold close to our hearts, forever grateful for their warmth. But then, there are those darker times, those moments of loss, hurt, or regret that seem to shadow us, lingering in the corners of our minds. These memories, no matter how much we try to move forward, have a way of creeping back into our thoughts, making our hearts tighten with sorrow when we least expect it. And yet, we often find ourselves clinging to the very things that bring these painful recollections rushing back, even though we know deep down they no longer serve us. Take clothes, for instance. For many of us, clothing isn't just something we wear. It's a deeply personal reflection of our journey. Every shirt, every pair of pants, every jacket carries the traces of moments lived, some good, some bad. Certain pieces of clothing, whether it's that old sweater your ex gave you or a dress you wore during a tough time in your life, become inextricably linked to those emotional wounds. And every time we see them, touch them, or even try them on, it's like we're reopening old wounds. It's as though these garments are whispering the pain of the past, and while they may once have felt comforting, they now just feel like weight, something heavy we carry around without even realizing it. So why keep them? What purpose do they truly serve? Letting go of these items is not just about making more space in your closet, it's about freeing yourself emotionally. The truth is, we don't need reminders of pain in our daily lives. As we grow older, we learn that the things we surround ourselves with should nourish us, not bring us down. Why would we choose to keep clothing that only reminds us of regret, loss, or sorrow? If you're over 50, it's time to take a step back and evaluate your wardrobe. It's so easy to hold on to clothes we no longer wear or that no longer fit, simply because of sentimental attachments. Yet, Holding on to certain types of clothing, especially those linked to painful memories, can hold us back in more ways than we realize. Imagine the mental and emotional clutter they create. They don't just take up physical space, they take up emotional space too. Over time, our closets begin to feel like a graveyard of old memories. The more we accumulate, the harder it is to find clarity and peace. I can personally relate to the struggle of holding on to things that no longer serve me. It's hard to let go, isn't it? There's always that nagging voice that says, "What if I need it one day?" Or "What if I regret getting rid of it?" But here's the thing. You deserve to let go of things that make your heart ache. You deserve to make room for joy, for peace, and for the kind of energy that lifts you rather than dragging you down. Think of it this way. Decluttering your closet isn't just about getting rid of physical items. It's about giving yourself permission to release the past and make space for a brighter future. It's a deeply emotional act of self-care. So, if you're feeling uncertain, remember this. You're not just decluttering your wardrobe, you're decluttering your heart. Don't let old clothes keep you tethered to a past that no longer serves you. Let go. Embrace the freedom that comes with it. Don't hesitate. Start your journey of emotional and physical decluttering today, and watch how your spirit feels lighter, freer, and more alive. You deserve that sense of renewal. So ask yourself, which 4 types of clothing do you need to release to feel a weight lifted from your soul? First, don't keep excessively dirty clothes. Imagine waking up on a cool morning, full of hope and possibilities, eager to embrace the day ahead. You walk over to your wardrobe, ready to pick out an outfit that'll make you feel confident and ready to face whatever comes your way. But instead of the excitement you'd expect, you're met with a gut-wrenching feeling of dread. As you open the door, you're greeted by the sight of yellow-stained shirts, worn-out pants that have seen better days, and fabrics that feel more like a distant memory than something worth wearing. At first, these clothes might seem harmless, even comforting. After all, they've been with you through so much. But what many don't realize is that they're quietly working against you, deteriorating not only in appearance but also in function. Those yellow stains that you've grown used to, the stubborn dirt patches that no amount of scrubbing can seem to clean, they are not just unsightly reminders of the past. They're breeding grounds for bacteria, mold, and allergens, silently threatening your health every single day. When you put on those old clothes, you're allowing your skin to come into contact with harmful agents that can trigger irritation, rashes, and even more severe conditions like dermatitis or fungal infections. Your skin, your body's most delicate barrier, deserves better than to be exposed to these hidden dangers. And yet, it's not just your skin at risk. The bacteria and mold that thrive in the fabrics of these neglected clothes can spread into the air around you, infiltrating your respiratory system with every breath you take. The longer you hold on to clothes that have long outlived their usefulness, the more you expose yourself to these silent threats, all because of a reluctance to let go. I know it's hard. Sometimes, those clothes hold sentimental value. They remind you of better times, of moments you wish you could freeze in time. But let me ask you, honestly, are those memories worth the potential damage to your health? We all have a few items we keep out of nostalgia, hoping to hang on to the past. But when it comes to your health and well-being, it's essential to recognize when it's time to move on. Holding on to clothes that are no longer safe only makes your personal space feel more cluttered, more suffocating, and more hazardous. Your home should be a sanctuary, a place of peace and comfort, not a place where your health is at risk. Be brave enough to let go of the things that no longer serve you. Replace those worn-out garments with fresh, high-quality clothes that reflect who you are now, not who you used to be. The sense of relief, confidence, and even joy that comes from having a clean, organized wardrobe is incomparable. And the best part? It's a simple, powerful act of self-care that directly protects your body, your health, and your happiness. Second, don't keep low-quality clothes at age 50. At age 50, it's time to stop holding on to low-quality clothes that do nothing but drag you down. The truth is, the quality of your life isn't defined solely by the big achievements or grand gestures. It's reflected in the little things, the everyday choices we make. One of those choices is how we dress. Our clothes are so much more than just fabric and stitching. They are an outward expression of how we see ourselves, how we treat ourselves, and how much we respect our worth. So, why continue clinging to ill-fitting, uncomfortable, or low-quality clothes that only make you feel less than your best? The uncomfortable scratchiness of cheap fabric, the frustration of clothes that lose their shape after just a few washes, or the embarrassing moments when stitching starts to unravel, all these details add up to a quiet but significant toll on your confidence. When you wear clothes that don't feel right, that irritate your skin, or make you fidget through the day, they take a little bit of your joy and peace with them. It's more than just physical discomfort. It erodes your sense of self-assurance. Clothes, after all, are the first thing people notice about you. They set the tone, the mood, the vibe. If your clothes look worn out, faded, or cheap, they can leave others with the wrong impression about you, no matter how capable or kind you are. And let's be honest, it's hard to feel your best when you're not dressed your best. When you wear items that make you feel frumpy or invisible, you're not showcasing your full potential. Your wardrobe at this stage in life should not be a collection of things that hold you back or make you shrink into the background. You deserve better than that. You deserve to feel like the powerful, beautiful, worthy person you are. The right clothes, those crafted with care, from high-quality fabrics and with thoughtful design, have the power to elevate your entire sense of self. They help you stand tall, both literally and figuratively. Investing in a few well-made pieces may seem like a small thing, but trust me, it's not. It's an investment in your self-esteem, your confidence, and ultimately, your life. Clothes that fit you properly, that flatter your shape, and that feel luxurious to the touch, these aren't just vanity purchases. They are your armor for the world. They help you project maturity, elegance, and the wisdom that comes with age. When you look in the mirror and see someone who feels good in thin skin, it radiates outward, and the world will notice. You're not just wearing clothes. You're wearing your confidence, your dignity, and your story. So, as you turn the corner into your 50s and beyond, let go of those tired, ill-fitting items that no longer serve you. Replace them with pieces that truly reflect who you are now. Someone who deserves to look and feel their best. You are worthy of clothing that makes you feel strong, confident, and proud because, at this stage of your life, you've earned it. Third, don't keep clothes from your childhood. Have you ever caught yourself holding on to pieces of your past, items that were once part of a time when you were younger, more carefree, or perhaps even more innocent? It's so easy to look at those little shirts you wore when you were a child, or that dress you wore for a significant family event, and feel a rush of nostalgia. These items carry with them not just memories, but emotions. Moments frozen in time that remind you of who you were, who you used to be. It feels almost impossible to part with them, doesn't it? There's a sense of comfort in knowing they're still there, tucked away, preserving a version of yourself that may seem distant or long gone. Maybe you're keeping them for your children, or perhaps you simply can't bear the thought of losing those tangible connections to the past. But the truth is, holding on to these items can become an emotional weight. It can feel like you're not just carrying physical objects in your closet, but the ghosts of who you used to be. And the more you hold on, the harder it becomes to move forward. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. It's important to ask yourself, are these childhood clothes really necessary? I know how tempting it is to believe that keeping them somehow ensures those memories will never fade, but the reality is far different. Childhood clothes, though deeply sentimental, often no longer serve a purpose. The truth is, they belong to a time that's already passed, a time that shaped who you are today but doesn't necessarily reflect who you are now. Instead of offering a meaningful connection, they can become clutter, distracting you from the life you're trying to build in the present. Those old clothes, once filled with joy and meaning, can end up as burdens, stifling the space you need to breathe, to grow, and to evolve. Consider the piles of forgotten clothes tucked away in the back of your closet. They're no longer useful, but you can't seem to let go. The longer they sit there, the harder it becomes to clear them out. Why? Because deep down, there's an emotional tie to those items. They carry with them pieces of your identity, your past, and your childhood. But are they serving you now? I've come to believe that true freedom lies in making room for new things, new experiences, new memories, and yes, even new clothes. By letting go of the old, you allow space for the new. Instead of looking back, you start to appreciate the present and embrace the person you are today, not the person you were. Letting go doesn't mean you're forgetting your past. Far from it. It means you're honoring it, accepting that it's behind you and that you've grown beyond it. If you want to preserve those meaningful memories, select one or two items that truly represent those moments, and those feelings, and store them carefully, preserving the emotion without hoarding the material. Those special pieces will still hold their emotional value without cluttering your life. It's not about erasing the past. It's about making peace with it and permitting yourself to live fully in the present. So, let go of those old clothes. Let go of the weight they carry. And in doing so, make room for the person you are today. The person who deserves to live freely without being tethered to the past. Fourth, don't hold on to clothes that bring back painful memories. Life is a journey of highs and lows, days bathed in sunlight, and nights that seem endlessly dark. Along the way, we encounter people and experiences that shape us, leaving imprints on our hearts and minds. Some of these imprints are beautiful, gentle reminders of love, laughter, and happiness. They make us smile when we think of them, like cherished treasures tucked away in the corners of our souls. But then there are the memories that are harder to bear, those that make our hearts ache, bringing tears to our eyes or a deep, lingering sadness. It's the kind of pain that we try to push away, but somehow it always finds its way back to us, like a shadow we can't escape. And yet, despite the hurt, many of us hold on to these painful reminders, clinging to them as though they hold some kind of power over us. Why do we do this? Why do we hold on to clothes, t-shirts, sweaters, jackets, that are tied to a heartbreak, a loss, or a difficult chapter in our lives? For many, clothing is more than just fabric. It's a way of preserving memories. The scent of a shirt might remind you of someone you loved, or the feel of a jacket might transport you back to a moment you wish you could forget but can't. We hold on to these items because they seem to anchor us to the past, to people we can't let go of, or to moments we are afraid to leave behind. But the truth is, when we keep these clothes in our lives, we are also keeping the pain attached to them. Every time we see that old sweater, or those shoes we wore through a difficult time, we are reminded of the heartbreak or grief we've suffered. And instead of healing, we allow those wounds to reopen over and over again, as though we are permitting them to stay. It's often said, out of sight, out of mind. At first, it might sound like simple advice, but in reality, this saying holds a profound truth. When we stop seeing the things that trigger our painful memories, we allow our minds and hearts the space to heal. It's not about erasing the past or pretending it didn't happen. Far from it. Our past shapes us, but it doesn't have to define us forever. Letting go of these items doesn't mean we're abandoning the lessons or the love that came with them. It means we're choosing to honor ourselves by giving our hearts the chance to heal. It's a bold, loving act of self-care, a way to say, I am ready to move on. I am worthy of peace. You don't have to throw everything away, but take a moment to truly reflect. Look at each item you hold on to and ask yourself, does this bring me joy? Does it serve me in the present, or does it pull me back into pain? If the answer is the latter, then it may be time to let it go. Letting go is not about loss. It's about making space for something better. It's about clearing out the emotional clutter, so you can fill your life with things that bring you joy, hope, and peace. Imagine opening your wardrobe to find clothes that make you feel confident, that remind you of the beautiful moments you're creating now, and the ones yet to come. Clothes that fit not only your body but your spirit. Soft fabrics that wrap you in comfort and vibrant colors that lift your mood. Let every piece in your closet be a symbol of your strength, your growth, and the positive energy you're inviting into your life. Life is too precious to be weighed down by old memories that no longer serve you. When you let go, you're not losing anything. You're freeing yourself to embrace the present and move boldly into the future. Clothes can be more than just something we wear. They can be a reflection of who we are now and who we are becoming. And when you choose to surround yourself with the things that nourish your heart, that's when you truly begin to heal. Negative energy in your home. There's something deeply profound about the space we live in, the energy it holds, the memories it carries, and the way it subtly shapes our lives. Too often, we go through life without truly paying attention to the things we hold on to, whether out of habit or sentimental attachment. Many of us store old belongings, keep things that are broken, or hang on to items that no longer serve us, unaware of the powerful effect this has on our homes and lives. But have you ever considered that these seemingly harmless possessions could be silently attracting negative energy, affecting your family's harmony and even your financial well-being? It's a painful truth, but one that can be overcome with simple awareness and action. If you want to protect your peace, happiness, and prosperity, there are two things in particular that you absolutely should not keep in your home. The first and perhaps most significant item to part with is a broken mirror. The significance of mirrors goes far beyond their surface function. Ancient cultures, including the Romans, believed mirrors weren't just reflections of ourselves, but that they contained a part of our very souls. They thought that if a mirror cracked or shattered, it would trap the soul's essence, distort the reflection, and unleash harmful, negative energy into the home. When I think about it, it's almost poetic in its symbolism. A broken mirror not only reflects a fractured image of ourselves, but can also act as a symbol of fractured relationships, lost opportunities, and unsettling energies in our lives. The presence of a broken mirror in your space can inadvertently pull down the vibrancy of your home, create dissonance in family dynamics, and even invite misfortune. If you have a broken mirror in your home, I urge you to act swiftly. Don't put it off. Don't let it linger. Get rid of it as soon as possible to restore harmony to your environment. If you've accidentally broken one and don't want to simply toss the pieces away carelessly, take a moment to wrap them up carefully in a sealed bag. Bury them or toss them into a river, as this action symbolizes releasing the trapped negative energy and ensuring it doesn't follow you. It's not just about tidying up, it's about freeing your home from the emotional baggage that the mirror might be holding onto. When you do this, you'll be surprised by how much lighter and more peaceful the energy feels in your space. The second item that should never linger in your home is old clothing with negative energy. It's so easy to fall into the trap of holding onto clothing that's been passed down, especially from family members who have passed away. There's something sentimental about these old clothes, something comforting in the memories they hold. But in feng shui, there's a strong caution against keeping clothes that belong to others, especially if they carry emotional weight or have been worn by someone who is no longer with us. Old clothes can hold onto the emotional residues of their previous owners, whether their experiences, traumas, or unspoken energies, and can unknowingly disrupt the balance of your home. These items, even though they may seem harmless, can attract negativity, affect your mental and emotional health, and even interfere with your family's financial stability. If you're someone who loves antiques, it's important to be discerning in what you choose to display. Instead of keeping old clothing, consider showcasing items that are purely aesthetic. Pieces that have historical significance or beauty but no personal energy attached to them. Old porcelain, vintage furniture, or antique paintings can all bring a sense of timeless elegance to your home without disturbing its feng shui. You don't have to abandon your love for antiques. Just be mindful of the energy you're inviting into your space. In addition to clearing away negative objects, there are many ways to encourage positive energy to flow freely through your home. One of the simplest yet most effective methods is by incorporating symbolic art. For example, a painting of a pair of mandarin ducks or green parrots in the southwest corner of your bedroom or living area can do wonders for your relationships. These birds symbolize love, loyalty, and partnership in feng shui, strengthening the bond between partners and bringing positive energy into the home. But be cautious. Feng shui advises against hanging images of just 1 or 3 birds, as these numbers can represent loneliness or the potential for a third party to disrupt the harmony of your relationship. If you can't find a pair of mandarin ducks, green parrots work just as well. I also want to emphasize that while having a pair of birds in the artwork is a wonderful way to boost positive energy, it's important to avoid keeping real birds in cages. In feng shui, caged birds represent confinement, limiting your career growth and blocking the flow of wealth. Instead of keeping birds trapped, focus on creating an open, flowing space that allows energy to circulate freely, nurturing both personal and financial growth. Finally, let's not forget about the importance of the layout of your home. The southwest-facing bedroom is said to be the ideal placement for promoting harmony between partners. It helps balance the energy in your home and ensures that the energy between you and your loved ones remains harmonious, supportive, and uplifting. Your home is more than just a physical space. It's a reflection of the emotional and spiritual well-being of everyone who resides within it. By thoughtfully curating the items in your home and fostering an environment that promotes positivity and love, you're setting the stage for a life filled with peace, prosperity, and joy. Remember, your home is your sanctuary. It holds the energy of your past, your present, and your future. It's up to you to protect and nourish that energy. By clearing away negativity and inviting in positivity, you're not just taking care of your physical surroundings. You're nurturing your soul and ensuring that your home remains a place of happiness and abundance. Choosing the wrong girlfriend. At the end of today's video, I want to share a story with you. A deeply personal one, called Choosing the Wrong Girlfriend. It's a tale that weighs heavily on my heart, and I hope you can understand why. My girlfriend, who I thought I knew so well, came from a privileged family in the city. But me. I was born into humble beginnings, raised in a small, quiet village by my mother, a woman who had to be both father and mother to me. Our life was full of hardship, but my mother, strong, fierce, and loving, always found a way to make sure I never felt deprived of love or attention. I remember so many nights spent at the dimly lit oil lamp, my nose buried in my textbooks, trying to focus on schoolwork while my mother sat beside me, mending my old clothes with her worn hands. Her hands, rough and calloused from years of hard labor, always brought me the most unexpected comfort. The softness of her embrace, despite all the struggle, was the safest place I knew. When I got frustrated and ready to give up, she would softly tell me, "Just focus on your studies, I'll take care of the rest." Those words, so simple yet so powerful, were a lifeline, reminding me that no matter how tough life got, I had her by my side, always. When I finished high school, my mother pushed me to pursue my dreams, urging me to leave the village and go to the city for college. She told me not to worry about her, that she'd manage things in the countryside while I chased my future. But deep down, I knew that for me to get a chance to study, my mother had made unimaginable sacrifices. She worked herself to the bone, yet never let me see how much it cost her. I never asked her how she made ends meet, but I noticed how her hands, once soft and gentle, became even rougher with each passing year. Yet, she never complained. Every time I felt exhausted and wanted to quit, I thought of her. I thought of how hard she worked just to see me succeed. I spent years juggling part-time jobs while studying late into the night, but the thought of my mother, her strength, her sacrifices, kept me going. 10 years passed before I finally achieved some semblance of success. I became the director of a company with a steady income. I wasn't rich, but I was proud of how far I'd come. And my first thought was to bring my mother to live with me in the city. I wanted to take care of her the way she had always taken care of me. But when I offered, she refused. She was content with her life in the village, and she didn't want to leave the place she'd called home for so long. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. By the time I was 33, my career had stabilized. I started to think about love and relationships. I met someone, a lovely, lively woman who worked at my company. She was open and upfront about her feelings for me, and after nearly a year of dating, I decided it was time to introduce her to my mother. I tried to prepare her for what she was about to see and tried to explain my background, but every time I broached the subject, she would laugh and reassure me, saying she understood. But deep down, I wasn't sure if she did. When we arrived at my mother's home, I could feel my heart pounding in my chest. I was proud of my mother and the life she'd given me, but I also feared the worst. I knew how different my girlfriend's upbringing had been, how she had grown up in comfort, surrounded by luxury. My mother's house was small, old, and modest, a reflection of the struggles we'd endured. I feared my girlfriend might find it all beneath her. And when we walked through the door, I could see it in her eyes. As soon as she laid eyes on the humble surroundings, her expression shifted. Her face twisted in disbelief as she asked, "Is this your house? Are you joking?" My heart sank. Before I could respond, my mother, ever the gracious host, came out to greet us with warmth and kindness, asking how she was, offering tea and genuine care. But my girlfriend, she couldn't even look her in the eye. During dinner, she didn't make much of an effort to engage with us. She walked around the house, almost as if she were searching for something more, something better. I could feel the tension in the air, thick and uncomfortable. And then came the moment that shattered everything. After the meal, she asked, almost dismissively, "Does your family own any other houses or land?" I felt my stomach drop. I had already told her about my humble beginnings, but I could see now that she wasn't listening. Not really. I replied, "No, this is all we have. I come from a poor family." She didn't respond, just stepped outside to make a phone call. What I overheard crushed me. I heard her say, "Mom, the rumors about his family are true. His house is very poor, and there's nothing of value. His mother is a single mom. Can you believe it?" Those words felt like daggers, stabbing deep into my chest. How could she be so cruel? How could she speak about my mother, the woman who sacrificed everything for me, like that? I didn't say a word. I just drove her back to the city in silence. When we arrived, I looked her in the eyes and said, "We should break up. No one, not even you, has the right to disrespect my mother." She came to my house a week later, crying, begging for forgiveness. But I had made up my mind. There was no room in my life for someone who couldn't respect the woman who gave everything for me. My mother was my heart, my strength. No relationship, no matter how deep or meaningful, would ever come before her. I started looking for a new home where she could live with me in the city. Her old house would remain, untouched, a monument to the love and sacrifice she had shown me. Because, in the end, no matter what anyone else thought, my mother would always be the one I chose. She always had been. Thank you so much for staying with me through this story. I know it wasn't easy to hear, but sometimes the toughest lessons come from the most difficult experiences. Choosing the right people to share your life with is one of the most important decisions we can make, and it's crucial to never lose sight of the ones who truly matter, the ones who have been with you through thick and thin. So, what have you learned from today's story? Maybe it's about the importance of loyalty, respect, and understanding in relationships. Maybe it's the reminder that love isn't just about what you can get, but about what you're willing to give, especially when it comes to honoring the sacrifices made for you. I'd love to hear from you. Please comment below with one thing you've learned from this story and how you plan to put it into practice in your life. What's one takeaway that you'll carry with you moving forward? If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support means the world to me, and it helps us keep bringing you more stories and insights. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.